We're getting a rare glimpse into the nerve centre of something called IMPACT, which is the International Multilateral Partnership Against Cyber Threats. This is the sort of centre for disease control, but for computers and viruses. Here they monitor malware and software viruses that can spread like an epidemic across the globe.
There are different levels of threat. At the highest end, there's the threat of cyber terrorism, which really involves the use of computer networks to cause harm, either to the civilian population or to the economies of a country.
And cyber warfare is also one of the threats that you're looking at.
It's not just the superpowers, even medium powers, if you like. Countries that are not on the upper end in terms of their military might are increasingly equipping themselves with the skills to do harm.
And this could really be a weapon of mass disruption as well as potentially destruction, because nuclear power stations, power plants, dams could all be affected by this.
Recent events have highlighted how vulnerable some of these installations are, whether it's water dams, whether it's power stations. Anything that's connected on a network is, at least in theory, capable of being compromised, and that is where the fear is.
What kick-started IMPACT?
Well, if you take a look at it, IMPACT actually started off looking at the attack which happened in Estonia in 2007. Estonia as a country is very well connected, and the people are very much dependent on the ICTs in Estonia. And when the attack actually happened, their whole country was paralyzed. And what they did was that they sought the help of experts from around the globe to actually remediate the problems. IMPACT is trying to see that something like this doesn't happen in the future.
So what kind of information is being displayed on the screens here in the Global Response Centre?
Well, essentially what we're doing is that we're collating information from various industry players. At this point in time, we are working with 18 leading security vendors. They provide us with the information on the threats on a global scale, and we correlate and aggregate this information, and then it is presented back in various graphs and analysis that we do at the Global Response Centre. This information is important for a country because then they can take a look at the information that they have collected on their specific country's networks and compare it to what's happening around the globe.
Is there a trend? Is the threat growing or diminishing?
Absolutely. I mean, the number of threats which are there, as more and more users get connected to the internet, we are seeing an exponential rise in the threats which are coming out. And it's there for all the regions to, as like Africa gets more connected now. You will certainly see an increase in malware or different kind of threats in that region.
IMPACT currently supports 45 countries, most of them in the developing world, because they simply lack the expertise to protect themselves from these virtual threats. But over the coming years, IMPACT is hoping to expand to cover every single nation around the globe. Dan Rivers, CNN, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.